Memecoin, fam. It's Bitget Wallet. Hot picks and Memex, let's do our thing. Tools so sharp, we're changing the game. Find the next 1000X, remember the name. Hot picks got the alpha top tier flow. AI meets hype, now your bags can grow. MemeX drops coins as they launch in sight. Solana, ETH, Tron, it's a trader's delight. Wow! Bitget Wallet, the place to trade. Tools so smooth, every move gets paid. Real-time gems and liquidity too. Meme frenzy's here, it's all up to you. K-line charts, insights on display. Smarter trades made every single day. Profit in view, let your wallet ignite. Bitget Wallet keeps your goals in sight. Yeah! Download now, don't let it wait. Bitget Wallet where legends create. From meme coin trends to the trading flow, it's your go-to wallet, let's watch it grow. Download now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's MemeWave live stream. We've been bringing you the hottest and latest news for the last 2 weeks here directly at Bitget Wallet. And it is my absolute pleasure to introduce today some exceptional guests to basically spill the beans, spill the alpha, and give you the latest developments from within the space. Now, MemeWave, of course, is a celebration of us, Bitget Wallet, but most importantly, the builders, the people around us that create this fantastic space that we all know and love. Now, I'm going to go to each of our guests, allow them 60 seconds to introduce themselves, tell them a little bit about kind of maybe some of the things that are upcoming with their project or ecosystem at the moment. So we're going to start with CC. Thank you very much for joining us.
Okay, thank you, everyone. I'm CC from Morph. I'm the BD manager of Morph and mainly focus on the Chinese-speaking area. And Morph is the global consumer layer, which is EVM layer 2, backed by Dragonfly, Sporten, Foresight Venture, and other top-tier ventures from west to east. And we have 30 million potential real users with the strong connection with Bitget and Bitget Wallet. So we are going to bring Web2 consumers into Web3 world. We are born for everyday users for everyday use. So we just launched our mainnet in the end of October, and let's watch what's going to happen in Morph. Thanks.
A warm welcome to you, CC. Of course, Morph, great friends here of us here at Bitget Wallet. Thank you for joining us today. Now, the floor is over now to Cherry. A warm welcome to you this evening. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hello, I'm Cherry from MemeCore. I'm the CBDO from the MemeCore. So first, I want to thank you to have me here today. So MemeCore is an EVM-based layer 1 blockchain designed by the specific for all the meme coins, powered by our Unicode a proof of meme. MemeCore creates secure and fun ecosystems where the meme coin communities can drive on it. And for the multi-chain core staking and for to the innovative our new social D app like MemeX. MemeCore is actually you can consider it's a playground for all the memes in Web3. So I hope for 2024, all the meme coins, meme projects can have fun together with MemeCore. Thank you.
No, thank you so much for joining us as well, Cherry. Pleasure to have you here with us today. Now we can head on over to Gleb.
Hey, yeah, thank you. I'm Gleb. I'm CEO and co-founder at Blum. So we are building trade infrastructure within Telegram with a focus on meme coins. We already have Launchpad for meme coins. Also building trading button and exchange. We're already one of the biggest Telegram mini apps with more than 80 million of registered users. So yeah, thanks for inviting to this EMA.
It's absolutely our pleasure. I think we met some of your team over in Dubai at the Ton Foundation event. It was fantastic. A welcome to you today too. Alvin, the floor is yours. It's a pleasure to be back on the stage with you. Thanks for coming as well today.
No, it's great to be here. Good to see so many familiar faces. Gleb, Alenka, we meet again. Yeah, so I'm Chief Operating Officer at Bitget Wallet. We're building a finances super app for consumers where users can basically trade, earn, and pay with crypto and basically live the crypto lifestyle. Great to be on a panel today. I think meme coins have been obviously the talk of the town since, to me, the bull run, the first leg really started in November last year. And, since then, I think it's become very, very clear that meme coin is here to stay to the end of this cycle at least. So happy to chat more about it.
Really looking forward to your insights as well, Alvin. Thank you very much for joining us and actually putting on this fantastic event for the community. Kenny, the floor is yours. I'm super excited to hear from you today.
Hey, glad to be here. Thanks for the warm intro, guys. I'm Kenny, co-founder over here at Manta Network. We are the largest modular L2. We've been around for quite a while now. You guys probably have heard our names ever since the early Polkadot days. And so, yeah, happy to talk all things meme here today.
Absolutely thrilled to have you here with us today. Thank you for joining. And last but not least, I'm sorry, Alenka, the floor is yours. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Jamie. Hey, everyone. Very happy to be here to join such a great lineup of speakers. I'm ecosystem lead at Ton Foundation, and at Ton, we've really been very heavily focusing on meme coins and the meme coin culture in general recently. So obviously, Blum is a very illustrative example of that. And just generally, that our focus has been always on Telegram mini apps, and we're very happy that a lot of them are already integrated and part of the Bitget Wallet, which has been really driving a lot of growth recently. And we hope to see more meme coin projects inside the Bitget Wallet very soon. So yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh, it's absolutely our pleasure, and a massive warm welcome to all of our guests today. Thank you for volunteering your time for the wider community. Right, let's get into it. Now, before we actually do, I'm going to be a little bit of a shill here. If you are enjoying the content, please do hit that retweet button, drop us a like, and of course, we're going to be reading your comments live throughout today's session. And if there's any great questions, we will pitch them to the panel. Let's get into the first one. Now, I'm going to open up the floor a little bit. The first question is, how do you perceive the meme coin trend in 2024 compared to previous years? And what factors do you believe are behind the driving force of its current momentum? I'd like to start off with Alvin, please, from a wallet's perspective.
Yeah. How I see NFTs, or rather meme coins this cycle is like NFTs of the last cycle. And that's how I put it. I think every cycle there is this one asset class. For various reasons, it became kind of the asset class that everyone comes on board. Meme coins have been around since the last cycle, but I felt like it didn't have that kind of profile until this cycle. And I don't know what the reason is, right? Starting with I remember it was in November, December last year. Tokens on Solana just went crazy. Tokens like Analos, for example. And since then, it's just well entrenched to become that asset class that everyone talks about. Celebrities started coming in. And everyone was talking about this whole movement from VC-based kind of tokens to something that's more fair launch. So really, because of various reasons, it became that asset class this cycle, and that's why I'm pretty bullish on meme coins in a way where, just like NFTs, right? In the last cycle, there were a lot of narratives that came up, whether it's AI or different kind of narratives, but NFTs stayed all the way throughout to the end of the cycle. And whether it's GameFi or stuff, other narratives tried to build on top of the NFT kind of narrative. And I think it's going to be the same this cycle. There could be more narratives that come up throughout the cycle. But again, people are going to start fusing these different narratives and ideas with meme coins. And so I think it's only going to get stronger, and it will kind of survive to the end of this cycle at the very least.
I mean, it's really exciting, a lot of the points that you brought up there, but also it's really thought-provoking. I'd love to get your thoughts on this, please, CC. I think we just need to get you to unmute there, please, CC.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, Alvin have just stated about the that's mainly the common users transfer from the VC coins to the fair launch way. Because I think Morph is playing. They are following the BTC ETF to become another main driver of this bull market, and because of the disappointment of VC coins, crypto common users want to have a more fair way to join the market, and the high valuation of VC coins, and the high barrier to the biggest CEX handle the turning door for the coin listing. So Meme is a kind of a communication with rebellious spirit. And Meme Chain is currently is a revelation of top CX and VC coins by the common users. And Meme is also a game for more of Dobaf and other things. And so the trading of meme coins is more gambling way and easy to get fun with by the common users. I think that's the mainly three reasons for the users for the popularity of meme coins in this market.
Thank you very much, CC. It's really interesting in the last 2 weeks of us doing these streams, how often the word community and users actually comes up, and actually the fact that memes do surface the needs of the majority of users. Cherry, I would love to get your thoughts on the first question.
Okay, thank you. So I think everyone agree like 2024 has been a really exciting year for like all the meme coins. So I think it's because like a meme and human and humor still like at the heart of it all. So I think we also seeing like a meme coins move like beyond just like a speculations. So projects now they are finding actually more use case like governance and payments or rewards in ecosystems for some social fund and GameFi ecosystems. So I think we need to think about like what things drive this shift. So I think first, it's like Web3 is actually all about the communities, and meme coins are drive on it. And also more active, more creative of the communities, then more stronger for the projects. So also like memes are like a universals. They cross cultural, long language barrier. So I think this make like super engaged and then super relatable. So I think in MemeCore, like we see these very natural evolutions while internet culture meet the blockchain technology. So we can easier to create something really impactful. Thank you.
And I mean, impactful is probably what we're all here to do and achieve. It's super awesome to hear you mentioned that towards the end of there. Alenka, I'm going to come to you next for your thoughts on the first question, please.
Yeah, sure. So I actually totally agree with everything that has just been said. I think that just people got a bit disappointed with altcoins because they were just not, I mean, first of all, allowing the retail to enter the deals, right? Because it's all mostly reserved for VCs, like the entry barrier is super high. And then it's just generally that like altcoins have not been performing too well. So if we take, I think everyone knows these stats, but let me just repeat it. Like out of the top 300 coins on CoinMarketCap, like around 40 outperformed Bitcoin in 2024, and 13 out of those 40 are actually meme coins. So it obviously shows us that like people are just more interested in the assets that can bring them like more access, and that can just bring them more fun and value and all these like community vibes. So I believe this is exactly why like this year has really seen like a lot of growth in this vertical. But then we will see what's coming up next. Like as other speakers mentioned, like AI has really been one of the narratives that kind of intersected with meme coins during this cycle, and decentralized science as well. Like just recently, right, just in the last month, we saw some interesting use cases on that direction. Like let's see. I think that AI will definitely stay, and the more it intersects with meme coins, even like the funnier it becomes. So let's see. I'm actually very excited.
I mean, excited. And I think everybody here has come up with so many bullish points around meme coins. I'm looking forward to maybe a little bit of controversy. I don't know. Are we going to get that from you, Gleb? The floor is yours.
Sure. There are a few points that I would like to highlight. So the first point is related to what Alvin said about NFTs. I think one of the major issues that we had with NFTs, specifically in the beginning of like last bull run cycle, is related to liquidity. It was really hard to like buy and sell not tier one like NFTs collections, right? And yeah, there were like different protocols that were trying to solve that issue, but still, I would say liquidity was an issue, right? Um, and with like meme coins, it's much more easy, right? You have all those like pools, it's pretty easy to buy and sell. Of course, sometimes there can be slippage, but still, like, it's just like, it is the asset with better liquidity in comparison to NFTs, right? The second thing, I would say that it's some kind of monetization of attention, right? So these days, attention is one of the most valuable assets. I mean, if you can attract attention to your meme coin or whatever you have in internet, it means that you can monetize it. So, and this is what we can see with the meme coins, right? So if you can grab attention, if you can build community, so you can monetize it, and you don't need to have some kind of like very like strong product and strong use case, because you're monetizing attention. So that's why I think that meme coins will continue to develop, because this is how the whole internet economy is developing. And the third thing, I think that like earlier this year, there were a lot of concerns around some listings on like tier one exchanges, because like there was high FDV project is being listed on those exchanges, right? And people, and I mean like crypto community, people within crypto community, they felt that there's some kind of like exit liquidity for funds, like for VCs and other guys, right? Because like token was not listed anywhere, it just listed on tier one exchanges, right? And like VCs and others, they just like dumping their bags into retail. And with meme coins, it's a bit different these days, right? So anyone can launch meme coins, anyone can buy it from the beginning, and there can be like no VC capital, even like with some like meme coins, like founders, they have like 0%, right? So I mean, like the whole liquidity is in the market. So, and I feel like it's much fairer. I mean, much more fair distribution, and this is what like people feel, right? And yeah, that's why meme coins also grabbed additional attention.
Thank you very much. That was wonderful and really insightful. So thank you very much for your feedback on question one. Kenny, sorry for the long wait. The floor is now yours.
Yeah, no worries. I think Alenka wanted to say something. I saw she unmuted.
No, Kenny, don't worry. I just, because Jamie mentioned that we need to bring some negative thoughts as well, so I'm ready to do it. So, but Kenny, please, if you have something positive to bring to the table, please do.
Oh, I don't think I really have anything positive. Why don't you go first, Alenka?
No, I mean, I just wanted to say that unfortunately, many people and many projects, they just forget that they also need to bring some utility to the market, and they actually need to satisfy, some needs of people, not really just only having fun, because this is cool, but it can't last forever, right? So we shouldn't forget about other needs and other demands that people have, and which is why, like in the Tron ecosystem, we are very much focusing on mini apps that can add this utility layer on top of whatever you want to build. So yeah, the negative thing here is that like we can't really live with only like meme assets just as pure memes and pure fun. Like it cannot last forever. That's my thought.
Yeah, kind of to add on that, what Alenka said, because I don't know how often you guys trade meme coins, but I think across all my different wallets, I probably have about 500 different meme coins. And I can say for certainty that most of their life cycles are about 2 to 3 days. So, talking about lasting forever and longevity, I think like many meme coins failed to hit that mark. Across my, in first person observation and analysis of the meme coin market by diving knee deep into this stuff myself, I think one of the biggest emerging patterns that I find extremely interesting is it reminds me, yes, of the NFT days, like Alvin had mentioned, also of 2017, the ICO days, right? And so like when people enter crypto, I think one of the things that get people so hyped and honestly addicted to these types of bull markets is because you open up your portfolio and next day you're like, 100x or something like that, right? And like that like adrenaline rush is extremely exciting. And that adrenaline rush is also something that was missing in the past year or so, right? Apart from Bitcoin going to 100K, what else really happened? Nothing, right? And so where are people going to find that type of adrenaline rush? Definitely meme coins, right? I mean, I've round tripped 200Xs on my meme coin, like many of those different meme coins. And it was addicting. It made me want to do more and find more. And so to that point, right, for myself, I never got into a meme coin because I was like, oh, I love this community, right? I got into a meme coin because I was thinking, am I early enough? Is the market cap low enough? Is there enough volume? Is there like, it's a very zero sum game mindset for myself. And I think like that has been what was missing for a lot of retailers, a lot of traders in the past year plus, as all we saw was Bitcoin go up and everything else go down. I do think that one of the really exciting momentums that came out of this whole experimental era of meme coins is this whole passion for community. Despite, I believe most meme coin traders aren't doing it for community; they're doing it for that adrenaline rush. But we do see that actually transpire over to the utility projects as well, right? Like Alenka mentioned, and you saw like Mega ETH just doing their round with Echo. 10, what was it like? Filled 10 million in like 3 minutes or so. And then you're starting to see a lot of this reemergence of ICOs. Why? Because I do think that now these types of utility projects are starting to think about a lot of the things that you guys have already mentioned, with like the high FDV valuation coming out and pricing out community and everything, and it just marks a very, very wrong foot to begin with. And so now we're starting to see more of this community shift, community focus that was, I think, catalyzed by meme coins.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the wonderful insights. And thank you, Alenka, for jumping in there. We're not going to call it negatives. We're going to call it a balance for the audience listening today, because in order to make informed decisions, you need to hear all sides of the argument, right? Okay,
Sure,
let's move on to the next.
If you want, sorry for interrupting. If you want to hear more negative, you can always ask me and Kenny. We're ready.
I'll take you up on that, I feel, today. I'll take you up on that for sure. So we're already 20 minutes in, and we've had over 8,000 live viewers for today's live stream already. Thank you very much to everybody. Let's get straight into the second question. Now, the second question is, what strategies are being implemented within your ecosystem to ensure the success and sustainability of your meme coin project or ecosystem? Let's start with CC.
Okay, and Kenny just said that it's hard to the accessibility for the meme coin project, but for the ecosystem way, I can say something, because for the chains, especially for the chains in the early stage like Morph, I think that meme coin ecosystem is like the marketing campaign in the Web3 way. It's maybe the most useful marketing campaign for the Web3 chains. Is different from the Web2 ways. Web2 way is just we have the advertisement to the marketing agency to promote our activity, but in Web3 way, we did just pass it to the common users. And I think meme coin is the one of the method of Web3 marketing way. And and so as for the meme coins in Morph season, actually we are in the beginning of the Morph meme season. Just like Kola the day before yesterday, in the Chinese community, we have more than 100 times, because I have to mention that meme coin is the revelation, right? And Kaola is the pronunciation of koala in Chinese pronunciation. And the Chinese community of Morph just hype this to the revelation of koala to be the Kaola in Chinese way. So the community enthusiasm just hype this meme coin to 100 times because of the love for the icon of Morph. I think it's the preparation, it's the presentation of their enthusiasm for the Morph, and we are going to launch more liquidity support program to them, and also the community support program for the Memecoin projects or the whole ecosystem, and also the main DEX, DEX in our ecosystem, and the trading boat, trading tools in our ecosystem. Yeah. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you so much for that insight. And this is going to sound super shilly, but I also benefited from what you just discussed there. Our team actually here in the marketing side, we have a hot pick selection here at Bitget Wallet within our application. They picked the token as well. I bought it and I've been a happy man ever since too there. So thank you very much for all of your efforts. Cherry, over to you.
Okay, so like in MemeCore, now we are actually building the foundation for meme coins to drift. So first, like our proof of meme consensus is designed to like reward creative and active participation. It's like a more secure, efficient, and real tariff for the meme projects. And we also launch our like a multi-chain cost staking, which allows meme coins to work like across multi-chains. And this means like a more flexible and more rich to other projects. And also like we have launched our like Lift Eco Fund. So we have pre-funded 10 million to support innovative meme coin projects and help them to grow up. And also like, also as I mentioned before, we have invested 7 million to the social fund, the app called MemeX, which we, the place is like where the communities can share their contents, engage and grow stronger together. And we believe those tools actually can help to build a strong and lasting ecosystems for all the meme coins together. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those wonderful insights, Sherry. Gleb, over to you.
Sure. So we have two goals here. So the first goal is to attract strong, meme coin creators, and the second goal is to, provide our users, with the tools in order to, that for them it will be easier to understand like what's going on with the meme coin, how big is community, what's going on with the valuation, who are the holders, all this stuff, right? So, like speaking about meme coin creators, so right now, so we have a bunch of different, activities. So we reward meme coin creators, that created memes that, reached some specific, valuation. So we already have, a few very strong meme coins on our platform. And we hope that there will be more. In terms of users, I would say that, we're trying to give more details about meme coins within our mini app, right? So right now you can have a look into holders, how the meme coin is distributed. So we put some kind of like marks, whether there is some kind of holders risk or not. So our main goal here is to give as many tools for users that they can like make proper judgment in terms of their investments. Also, we're looking into AI space. I think that definitely like AI agents and meme coins, they can, I would say, can be like interesting area for not collaboration but some kind of synergy here. And I think that we will definitely give some kind of AI tools to meme coin creators in the future.
Awesome. AI tools. We've heard so much about them on a lot of our spaces and live streams in the last few weeks. And I'm really keen to dig a little deeper into that. I wish we had more time today, Gleb. Alvin, I would love to hear what strategies are currently being implemented over at Bitget Wallet.
Yeah, so our team is made up of some really serious meme coin traders. So since very early on, we actually recognized that trading and discovering meme coins is quite different from the rest, right? So starting from insights and data that we have on the wallet, for example, we would show like how many buyers or traders were there in just the last 5 minutes. We realized that timeliness was taking to a new level. You need to have all these insights within the last 1 minute, last 2 minutes. That's what people are looking at. We also kind of realized that we had to adjust some of the slippage requirements for users, right, to have more flexibility. And so we introduced MemeX, where you have these dynamic slippage adjustments. We allow people to buy with one click because speed was of the essence, especially in the first half hour. Kenny mentioned that the life cycle of many meme coins were 1 to 2 days. Many of mine are just 1 to 2 hours. And so knowing all these things, right, really helps. I think the other thing about meme coin traders is that many of them are really new users to Web3, right? It could be that they saw it on TikTok and they just, come on board and say like, hey, I want to buy Chill Guy. I've seen it like 10 times on TikTok. And one interesting thing, which a few of my friends who entered this cycle into Web3 because of meme coins, they say the algorithms on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok are unrelenting, because the moment you watch one video about this token, it keeps showing you videos from other creators of the same token, right? And after viewing it 5 to 10 times, like, you're more likely to buy it than not. And so these new users who come in, right, the first question is going to be like, all right, I've got $100. How do I on-ramp? What's this gas thing? And so, part of our job is to make sure that we make it really, really easy for a lot of these new users who are coming straight from TikTok right into the app to buy these tokens. So we did introduce a slew of new measures. For example, Get Gas is one of our latest features, and you're able to just on-ramp USDC or USDT in. And with that, you don't need to have gas token from that chain that you're buying the token from, right? The USDT or USDC in your gas account is able to pay for gas on all chains. So this is just one example of how we make it really, really easy for users to come on board. And just one more thought, right? Again, from what Kenny said, when he mentioned that NFTs and meme coins did remind him of ICOs, it kind of made me shudder a bit, because when you think of how people have always found faster ways to kind of iterate on an asset class, right? It started from ICOs to NFTs and then to meme coins now. And obviously there were more NFTs and ICOs, and there's a lot more meme coins and NFTs. And that is why we see the life cycle becoming shorter and shorter. I do wonder if there is a next cycle, how scary it would be and how fast this could be. But that's just a thought that came to my mind.
Thank you so much for those wonderful insights, Alvin. I think because we ended with a little bit of doom and gloom, maybe we should go to Kenny next. I'd love to get your thoughts there. I know last time you were a little bit bearish maybe in some of the thoughts that you had, but what strategies are being implemented within your ecosystem, or maybe that you may be using?
Yeah, sure. So I mean, I'm not bearish, right? Like, I think as like I said, a meme coin holder of over 500 meme coins, I don't know how I can be bearish. But, I just think that it's not really as community focused as people say it is, and it's more zero sum game focused. But with that being said, right, like, I also think, okay, maybe this is where my bearish sentiment comes in. If you're not Solana, if you're not Base, then your meme coin game is like uncomparable, right? Like, it's like competing against US or China in AI. It's just, you either buy from the US or you buy from China. You can't compete on a global scale with your own AI technologies if you're not one of those two countries. Just like I don't think you can compete on a meme scale if you're not one of those two chains. The reason is because, like, across these 500 something odd meme coins that I have, probably about 475 of them are on the Solana ecosystem. Why? Because there are meme coins being launched every single hour on Solana. That is at a volume higher than any other chain that I've ever seen, at a volume greater than any other chain I've ever seen. And so, with Solana, it's really interesting because it's not EVM compatible. It's its own entire different ecosystem of users who, they see this meme coin, it 100x's. They're like, oh my God, I missed this. But hey, there's 5 other ones right here that are just starting to come out. So I have this amazing opportunity to jump into one of those, right? Where can you recreate this in another L2 on the EVM side besides Base? I don't think any other ecosystem has been able to successfully capture that, despite all the attempts being made, us included. And so when we look at how this actually works and where we can derive the most value from this, one of the unique strategies that Manta has taken, one of the unique approaches, has been perps, right? Why try to recreate entire meme coin ecosystems on another L2, spend hundreds of millions of dollars just to try to get that engine going? Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of money. Why not instead allow all of these successful meme coins that have been creating volume, that have been creating momentum, tradable on EVM? And so that's an area that we saw a lot of momentum in from Manta. We have perps projects that are launching and coinciding with these meme coin launches that have seen quite a bit of traction in our community. Definitely, I think, like, long term, we're also looking at how we structure a pure meme coin play. And I do think that over over time, it's going to be much more accessible for other L2s as well. But I do think like a lot of that stems from trying to discover and figure out your own culture and kind of go viral from that culture. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. There's a lot of things happening on the team side where we are trying to figure out what are the elements of Manta that make people excited, and how do we start trying to, take those elements and convert them into more of like a meme culture. But I'd say that's more long-term play. Right now, yeah, short answer is like it's very hard to compete against Solana and Base on the Memecoin side.
I mean, that was absolutely fascinating. Thank you very much, Kenny, for those insights. Alenka, I would like to get your thoughts on the second question.
Yeah, sure. So I can't agree more with Kenny. It's like super hard to get that volume, even like, to target to get that volume that they have on Solana or Base, which is why, once again, totally agree. Other chains need to focus on something different and really to find their own unique value proposition. And for us, it's obviously mini apps and the access to that almost 1 billion monthly audience of Telegram, right? So which is essentially why we launched a couple of months ago a large initiative called Ton Memlandia, which is officially supported by Ton Foundation and Ton Society. It's like an independent working group of guys that are pushing the Memecoin narrative on Ton, and they've been doing a lot of things really. So they've launched a grant program, for example, for meme pads, and Blum is one of the grantees within that program. So we truly believe in the power of meme pads, especially inside the messenger, inside Telegram, where people can just easily open the mini app and start engaging, start trading meme coins, creating their new assets, like engaging with their friends, coming in groups, not as individuals, right? Because Telegram is all about like communication and social functions. So meme pads is obviously one of the major focuses right now, and we really want to make sure that, just as Gleb was mentioning, like it is an infrastructure for really like fair launches, that the user can feel secure and that they fully understand what exactly is happening, because it can be very risky, right? Like people, a lot of them are newcomers, and if we scary them from the very first moment when they like lose funds immediately, it's probably not the best entry point to crypto they should get. So the first thing is meme pads. Then the second thing is trading competitions. So Memlandia has been running trading competitions with a total prize pool of like more than $1 million in this current season that ended just a few days ago. And so it also helps to drive attention, to drive volume, and to help Memecoin communities grow and engage more people, more traders, and more holders. Apart from that, it's been a lot about community engagement in general. So they've been doing different offline events, for example, at Token 2049, at Ton Gateway, at DevCon, and then a lot of online initiatives as well, like AMA on Twitter, etc., etc. But then just going back to my original point about this intersection of meme coins as innovative, more or less, assets and mini apps as something very special that Telegram/Ton ecosystem has. We've been really seeing a lot of synergy between meme coins and mini apps. And a very good example here is an app called To the Moo, where meme coins are actually used as utility tokens inside the game. And this is, I think, one of the first examples where meme coins that were originally launched just as meme coins, right? There was no utility to them originally, but then like all those external mini app developers, they're turning these meme coins into utility tokens. So I think this is the next trend that we shouldn't miss and we should like fully catch. And thanks to the Telegram functionality and thanks to the mini apps, we have all the possibilities to do it. So Memlandia is gonna do a lot of interesting stuff. So I just suggest you all guys follow their updates. And the focus is really on pushing the narrative and making sure that the space is fair and is not as risky as people may think.
Thank you so much, Alenka. I think where would we be?
I also want to add a comment
Telegram?
here with Alenka's thing, because
Go for it, Kenny.
it's interesting that you're recycling meme coins in these types of environments, right? Because that's a problem that I've been noodling about as well, right? Not to beat a dead horse, but 500 meme coins over here in this wallet of mine, most of which are probably worth $1 or less now. and it's not worth my time to even swap them because the fees are so high. And so one of the things I was thinking was like, how can you recycle these meme coins? How can you take otherwise dead meme coins or meme coins that aren't doing so well and put some type of utility behind them? I don't know if that's exactly what this ton mini game that you're talking about, To the Moon, is doing, but thinking along those lines, I think can be a very sort of interesting funnel beyond just like buying a meme coin, watching it die, and then what do you do next, right? One path is go to the next meme coin. The next path could be, where can I use these meme coins otherwise? So it's interesting what To the Moon's doing.
Yeah, I'll send you the link, Kenny.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Kenny. Thank you, Alenka. I'm going to skip a question and go straight to the next one because I think we've covered it enough already. So for me, I'd love to know, what opportunities do you foresee for meme coins in their transition from humorous origins to actually something of more substance in a financial world? Or even maybe actually used as a community tool that drives real value in the real world. I think it's funny, in the last few weeks, we've heard guests come on and compare meme coins to the grandmas sending them a GIF on WhatsApp or Telegram in the past, now actually being something that is worth hundreds, if not millions of dollars. And now, how do we actually create the substance around that? CC, I'd love to get your thoughts.
Okay, and I think meme is a meaningful way to raise the money, like the design. Many design projects just launch as a meme, but they raise money for the projects that for the science, right? And I think that is an interesting way for them to use the meme as the concept. And except from that, and I think AI agent, AI with crypto, and I think a meme can be the also AI agent meme. It can be the new narrative way for the meme coin, and also the IP creative things, because the for the successful meme, the cultural material is like the seed, it's like the plant seed, and the community culture is just like the soil, the seed indeed into the soil. And more than that, I think sorry and more than that, I think the trend making is the fertilizer, and the fund is the climbing corn for the main plant. So we are hard to create a miracle just like a successful meme, but we can create an IP to be a more sustainable way, to create the real value, and distribute the value to the meme holder, to create the real value. So that's the two thoughts from me. Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, CC. I'd love to get your thoughts on this, please, Cherry.
Okay, so I think actually meme coins still have still have a huge opportunity for involved. So I think meme coins can be behind funny, viral, and become like a real tool for all the communities. For example, meme coins can be using the social D app we are going to launch soon, MemeX, as a governance tokens, or the reward for active engagements. Means community will get more active in the social, in those kind of communities. And I think it's a good tool for fundraising in the decentralized communities, helping those projects to get off the ground without the traditional funding. And I think it's help a lot of GameFi and DeFi. Those area can give meme coins, so it to a use case and make them as a core part of the Web3 ecosystems. It's just one of the thought. And also I think for the Web2, it's a kind of a bridging Web2 to the Web3, because brands can use a meme coins to engage audience in a very, very new ways. And then because meme coins, meme contents make people lower the barrier, lower the afraid of Web3 ecosystems. And so in MemeCore, we are focusing on unlocking those kind of possibilities. So now we are building the infrastructures for meme coins to transitions from the real world application, where you still keep like the meme coin, the main core, like funny and community spirit alive. I think this is our main goal for the next year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cherry, for those wonderful insights. Gleb, I would love to get your thoughts on this too.
Sure. So from my perspective, like I didn't really like the word meme coin itself. I think like community coins, that's more or less similar concept, but much better word, right? So I definitely think that like community coins will continue to develop, right? Even like having a look into like Telegram. So you have a lot of like Telegram like chats, groups, or channels, right? And I think that all those like channel creators, all those influencers, they should have an opportunity to issue their own like community coins and just like in a couple of clicks, right? Doesn't mean that it should be meme coin, because meme coin it's more about like fun, right? But again, here you can also like issue those community coins for fun, right? But I mean, it's more about like rewarding your communities in some way, right? And initially you could also have like zero utility, right? Like later on your community can find out like what will be the utility. So that's why in this like concept of of community coins, I strongly believe in. So I think that this is how probably meme coins will like will be converted into two. Yeah.
Alvin, from a wallet's perspective, I'd love to see or hear a better understanding how you feel humorous ideas can be driven by a community or an entity to become something with substantial financial value.
Yeah, I think the community needs a lot of will to do this, right? It's like Gleb mentioned. So it's whether you call it meme coins or whatever coins, it's basically a coin around a community. I feel that what the internet has done really well is it allows people to kind of organize, a whole group or community around an idea or movement or cause, right? And I think with crypto, it's actually done this as well, but with the monetary aspect of it. And I think that's powerful because if we can convert the community from just pure trading into something, I really think a lot of meme coins, if possible, should move into some kind of a charitable cause. And if you're a charity community, right, dedicating this whole attention and cause, plus also saying that we have the backing of $100 million in market cap, there's a lot that that community can do. But we have seen some semblance of this when Vitalik kind of donated parts of those meme coins to different charitable causes. But unfortunately, haven't seen a lot more outside of that. I think what Kenny previously mentioned is just a lot of people are just trading right now. But I do feel some of this will move into either utility or charitable causes, especially when the going gets hard later. So that's what I hope we'll see.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Kenny, over to you.
Yeah, I think that despite me being cynical about community on meme coins, I do think there are a lot of exceptions. And Bonk, for example, has a really strong community. And a few other of the $100 million to $1 billion market cap meme coins have proven that their community is very strong. Despite in terms of quantity, I'd say that most probably don't rely on community. In terms of quality, the ones that do remain, they do largely rely on community. And I do also think it's extremely powerful because you put together a bunch of community people under one cause, and I do think it can move market momentum, move market sentiment, and tell the entire space how things are done. And one example that I already kind of alluded to earlier in the conversation was a lot of the utility projects, a lot of the large, big name projects that I see in the market today, they're no longer going to VCs and knocking on their doors and saying, hey, can we get a fundraise from you so that we can put some PR and branding behind this? They're starting to go the ICO route and starting to move that needle towards, let's do a community-based raise. We realize that VCs don't really give that much benefit outside of money anyway. And so it's not going to be too much of a difference, except now we have the backing of thousands of people that really believe in us. And I do think that it took this whole meme coin momentum that we saw in the market over the past year in order for these types of projects to realize that. And now that it is, being realized, the market's shifting. People are starting to get into these early access deals with, Echo and a lot of other platforms that are out there, CoinList. And I think that momentum is going to continue to rise. And that was all, I believe, an effort initiated by this whole meme coin movement. And so I do think that, despite meme coins not directly having any utility, indirectly, it creates a lot of momentum and has a lot of authority to actually tell the Web3 space how to operate. And so, yeah, that's where I think the utility and the function lies for meme coins.
Thank you very much. A very balanced bit of feedback there, Kenny. Alenka, I would love to hear your thoughts on that question.
Yes.
Actually, I would focus on two main points. The first one is obviously utility that has already been brought up. I just wanted to add here that it's really important to start thinking about it already, right? Because, okay, we've seen this wave, but now we need to make sure that it is sustainable. And so there's so many different ways of bringing this utility, and I'm pretty sure we're just at the beginning. So let's take dogs, for example, to whom Blum is one of the advisors, I believe. It's like actually NFT stickers, right? Something that they want to launch very soon. So we will see what utility the dogs token is going to have, given that it's actually the largest meme coin in the entire Web3 space so far, with I think all-time high more than 6 million token holders, right? So we are bringing all these people into memes, but we also need to take the responsibility and to understand what we're going to do with these people, how we're going to onboard them like properly into crypto. Okay, they're holding an asset, but how they're going to use it, and also to make sure as much as we can that they just don't lose money and never come back. And so my second point is probably education, because once again, I think everyone will agree that it's the same group of people more or less that is trading all those memes across chains. Okay, we have a very strong like Solana community, we have a very strong base community, but these are not millions of people yet, like probably just thousands, like thousands of thousands. So we need like fresh blood, in a positive meaning of it. We need more people, and like we are trying to do it from the Telegram ton perspective, like through onboarding this retail audience into mini apps and into meme coins. And we very much hope that other chains will do just the same through other means. But in order to onboard these people properly, we need to educate them, and we need to once again make sure that they have all the instruments and that they have a deep understanding of what exactly they're engaging with, because it can always obviously be very risky. So I would say, yeah, working more on the utility, and then secondly, giving educational resources, and coming up with new techniques of how we can show the potential of meme coins and crypto in general to the newbies.
I mean, it's so important, the need for education and quality educational resources. And I think even everybody joining this panel today, you're all educating the masses by simply sharing your insights, right? And making users go out there, ask more questions, and hopefully make informed decisions off the back of it. Now, time is really kicking on, so I really do want to come to our last question. I know you're all incredibly busy delivering incredible services for the wider space. So the question is I'm going to end with today is, how can you outline your project or your ecosystem's roadmap for 2025? Perhaps you can maybe describe, is there a role for meme coins within it? Let me know. I'm going to start with you, Alenka.
Sorry, I just was muted again.
No worries.
Actually, I mean, I think I already mentioned that for Ton Memlandia, which is the major initiative for meme coins right now on Ton, the focus has been and will be on multiple different initiatives aimed at supporting the existing meme coin communities, those strong ones that have been with Ton like since the beginning, like Rido, like Dogs, even though they have launched on there recently, and many others like Durev, etc. So supporting those, and obviously facilitating the emergence of new use cases, ideally with utility, as we discussed. And so those guys, they will be launching like different new trading competitions and contests, supporting meme pads, as I was already mentioning, because I think it's really the best way to launch a meme, especially if you can get like support from the team of the meme pad as well. And so our teams are really supportive, and they can work directly with Memecoin creators, just helping them to figure out what's the best strategy, and also to make sure that the launch is going to be actually fair. And then thirdly, just engaging the community even more and educating them. So I think like we really need to bear this responsibility, because if we want to onboard retail, it will not come without proper education. So yeah, the roadmap is huge. Large announcements will follow. We've just finished like season 1 of the competitions and the first batch of grants to meme pads. So a lot of things are upcoming. So of course, like stay tuned.
Thank you so much. And Alenka, thank you so much again for joining us on today's Spaces, AMA, whatever X has decided to call it these days. We really do appreciate you jumping on today. CC, I would love to hear from Morph's perspective, what is upcoming in 2025?
Yeah, okay. For more in 2025, I think it's in Chinese like 2 legs to work. The one leg is the about the about the activity like the DeFi and payment. They are the fundamental of Morph to be the consumer global consumer layer, because for the consumer, the fund that they put into the chain and to have the interest and to pay the consumer things, that's the basic way. So there are the basic things for recent months, from the BD side. And the other side is the consumer dapps. Absolutely, they are the core foundation of our ecosystem. So that's the main 2 tracks in our future plan. And for recent months, that we are in the just the beginning of our mainnet launch. We are booming our main ecosystem because of to booming the activity of our mainnet. So we are recently going to have support of our core DX like Boba Swap. They are going to launch the liquidity support for the Bitcoins, and as for the security side, that we are going to have the collaboration with Go Plus to make sure to remind the users about the main coin risk. They are the two. They are the all the ways in my side, from the BD side and the marketing side. Yeah, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us as well today, CC. Cherry, I would love to hear what's coming from your side in 2025.
Okay, so like I gonna make it shorter because actually I prepare a lot. So first, first thing is like our mainnet will be published soon, and after it, like in 2025, so first like in Q1, of course the MinX, as I keep mentioning about it, MinX will be launching in the January, and after it, during the Hong Kong consensus, I think next year February, we are going to do our first post TG event to show how the meme coins can drive the real utilities during the event. And then move to the Q2, like our Lift Echo Fund, we are going to support more like good projects and working on partnership with like more Web2 brands to bridge the land from the traditional to the decentralized ecosystems. And then keep going, like of course we are going to focusing expand our ecosystems, but first like we will roll out the advanced cross staking features and launch our MemeCore academies to educate more communities and developers. So means we are going to host some like hackathons in different places, and especially our ecosystem, which we can see more the app developers will be encouraged to develop more memes on our mainland. And then in the end of the year, of course, Q4, I think it's the best moment. Let's party together. So during the Q4, we are hosting the world biggest meme expo. It's like a very big event to bring all the meme coin, meme project, community coin, everything together and have fun for for like give the benefit for all the communities. So I think in the end, I want to say that just like if you don't want to miss any big news of MemeCore, please follow our Twitter and Telegram, and let's party together in 2024. Thank you.
That sounds amazing. I know a few of the guests here definitely like to party and celebrate the space. So I will certainly be putting my hand up to try and get there as well, Cherry. Thank you very much for your insights today. Gleb, what's going on in 2025 with Blum?
Yeah, so speaking about our like launch pad, for memes, meme pad, as we call it. So first of all, we are planning to add additional features, for example, streaming and integration of AI agents. I think it's pretty exciting features. So this is what like we focus right now. And of course, given like more like I would say tools for Memecoin traders and for our users. The second part is about our like trading bots. So we would because a lot of actually degens, they prefer not to trade through like front end or like specifically like mini apps. They prefer to to trade directly through different kind of bots that exist in Telegram. So we're also planning to launch it. I think actually not even like in during the next year, but I think it will be available already in December. So it will allow like more like more sophisticated it will give more sophisticated tools for these like degen traders on top. And the third part, for the next year, it's about our like perps exchange. This is what we're working on. So it will be like one of the key releases for us, the next year. So this is what like we are focusing a lot right now.
Well, we wish you the very best of luck. I'm excited to see the updates, and thank you for joining us today, Gleb. Yeah. Kenny, over to you. What is coming over from Manta, please, in 2025?
Yeah, so I can't, give away too much of the stuff. We've got a lot of things in the works. I'll just leave it at, Manta, today we're known as the largest modular L2, right? I think we've done a lot to kind of achieve that status, which is something that, the team's extremely proud of. But one of the things that we see as the future and has always been for Manta is, where are the users and how can we service the users? And the answer to that, I don't believe, is going to purely or exclusively be on EVM in the next 3 to 5 years. I think we've already seen a lot of alt VM activity, a lot of alternative L1 activity that are contending for market share of users, against EVM, and I do see that there is a lot of success in that, right? And so, like from the Manta side, all I can really say is that we do take those activities and that data very seriously, and it does drive a lot of the motivations and goals that we're setting for 2025. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Kenny, thank you so much for your wonderful insights during today's session. Last but not least, over to Alvin. What is coming from Bitget Wallet in 2025?
Man, so much. We strongly believe that the world of crypto is going to move more towards payments as well, and it's going to be where we spend a lot of time. And so we will widen the options, right, of what crypto you can use for payments. And if that means like some of the more established meme coins, that could be it. But I think, on meme coins itself, it's definitely going to be a very big proportion of trading that's happening. And that's what we're good at. So I do feel people come to wallets to discover and to trade meme coins. And we will keep optimizing for that. So the kind of insights and data people are looking for is still going to change. I mean, we've seen like, Binance coming up with Binance Alpha, and every wallet starting to talk about, how they're going to use AI to kind of automate and aggregate a lot of these insights. We're definitely going to do some of that as well. And also make meme coin trading even faster, right? So I do think it's going to start penetrating some of the other ecosystems, even if it's not going to be as strong as Base and Solana. And so we're here to help, whether it's bridging liquidity, whether it's doing other things to make sure that meme coin trading, exists, kind of performs well for users who wants to buy them, but also for the creators who wants to launch them on different ecosystems. We'll be here to help.
Awesome. I'm so bullish on Bitget Wallet in 2025. Maybe I'm a little bit, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be so outspoken. But yeah, I am super bullish on Bitget Wallet in 2025. Thank you so much, Alvin, for jumping on board with us here today. And thank you to all of our guests once again. I think today has been a very fruitful, informative conversation for our audience. That is exactly what MemeWave is about, and one of the main reasons we did it, to not only re-emphasize our actual love for meme coins, but actually the wider space, and help our users make better informed decisions. So I've been Jamie. I'm marketing director here at Bitget Wallet. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you all as guests here with us today on today's Spaces. Please do go and check out everybody that has spoken, their ecosystems, their projects. Go out there, ask questions in your mind, answer the questions that you have by doing research. That's the one thing we want to end today's stream with. Thank you so much to everybody once again. We're going to end with possibly the worst song known in crypto, and thank you very much for tuning in.
Give it.
Yo! Memecoin fam, it's Bitget Wallet. Hot picks at MemeX, let's do our thing. Tools so sharp, we're changing the game. Find the next 1000x, remember the name. Hot picks got the alpha top tier flow. AI meets hype, now your bags can grow. MemeX drops coins as they launch in sight. Solana, ETH, Tron, it's a trader's delight. Wow! Bitget Wallet, the place to trade. Tools so smooth, every move gets paid. Real-time gems and liquidity too. Meme frenzy's here, it's all up to you. K-line charts, insights on display. Smarter trades made every single day. Profit in view, let your wallet ignite. Bitget Wallet keeps your goals in sight. Yeah! Download now, don't let it wait. Bitget Wallet, where legends create. From meme coin trends to the trading flow, it's your go-to wallet, let's watch it grow. Download now, don't let it wait. Go! Bitget Wallet, where legends create. From meme coin trends to the trading flow, it's your go-to wallet, let's watch it grow!